What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the J2 Brand Podcast. I'm your host, Joshua here with Douglas Realestate. And I have a special guest with me today. I have Mr. Andrew Luftig of CPL Law. I'm going to let you introduce yourself to the audience, and then, we'll get into a little bit about what you do.
All right, I appreciate it. Good to see everybody. Andrew Luftig, I'm a partner of Chaves Pros Luftig. We are a real estate law firm. We also have an expertise in estate planning and family law. Josh, of course, with Element, we do a lot of residential with you guys and a lot of the big companies in the city.
Yeah.
It's exciting times. We're in Manhattan, so it's the place to be for New York City real estate.
Absolutely. And I brought on Andrew because, Andrew obviously here is a lawyer in New York City. I know I may have some lawyers out there or becoming lawyers. And, I just wanted to share your story with our audience because obviously it's not the easiest hustle to become a lawyer, and especially one who is in New York City, one of the most competitive markets in the world, period. So how did you get into New York City? Let me say law in general.
Sure. I was in college, and at first I wanted to, be a sports agent. I interned actually with some big companies, some good opportunity, and I know a lot of the agents were going to law school. A lot of them were lawyers.
Okay.
And I always joke around, it's not typically good to follow people, but a lot of my close high school friends were going to law school.
Okay. That's a good follow.
Yeah, exactly. So they're a little better with the books than I was.
Okay.
So I figured, I didn't want to, get working right away, or I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I know I didn't want to really, get an office job and, in marketing or advertising, which is kind of what I was doing, sports promotion, sports marketing.
Okay.
So I figured, let me go to law school, let me get, a solid degree and kind of work my way up from there, and I can, do internships while I'm in law school, meet a lot of people, and so that was the idea. It's kind of, funny that, surrounding yourself with, good friends kind of led to a positive way.
That could have easily went wrong.
I was definitely the leader, not the follower, but it worked out.
That's good. So why did you choose real estate? Because you did mention potentially being a sports agent. That sounds a little fun.
Right.
I won't lie. Maybe, getting to represent a couple of superstar athletes sound a little bit more interesting than residential. Why did you choose real estate?
Actually, with that and beginning my legal career, I kind of figured out what fit my skill set. I was doing litigation. I was good at it. I wasn't great at it.
Okay.
I didn't love it, and it's kind of fortunate. Actually, another one of my high school friends, his uncle's best friend had a firm that was looking for an associate.
Okay.
Actually got hired as in the litigation department. Turned out one of the other partners is part of one of the biggest real estate families in the city.
Oh, wow.
So we didn't do their legal work, but he was born and raised in Manhattan real estate.
Okay.
Lots of opportunity, lots of knowledge, lots of business sense, in addition to being an attorney, which is important, right? It's not just about the law, it's about kind of working the deals.
Mm-hmm.
So I was fortunate enough to work on the litigation, but also get involved in the real estate.
Gotcha.
So I was there for 5 years, and as the time went on, I started doing more and more real estate.
Okay.
And I found that I had a passion for it, and like I said, it really I was fortunate enough to figure, and I was fortunate to find it. I didn't go to law school saying I want to be a real estate attorney, but it fit what I was looking for. There's definitely law involved, but there's a lot of business sense, a lot of speaking with clients, working with brokers, a lot of relationships, a lot of massaging of deals, a lot of keeping clients cool and calm. So that's certainly fits my mold. So
financial literacy behind it, right? I assume is amazing as well, right?
Right. I mean the background and the learning experience I got at the prior firm was huge. It was instrumental. They were flexible. They were allowing me to kind of build business within the firm, but also there as a backbone to teach me everything I needed to know.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. So listen, I know this business probably keeps you insanely busy, but I also see that you have a home life where you have 4, right?
4 kids.
So 3 boys, 1 girl. I know we were talking about that in the backdrop. Dude, how do you do it? I'm sure there's people out there that's like, how do you balance being a dad of 4 and then a lawyer, a New York City lawyer? How do you do it?
Listen, I have good support, but obviously my wife, she gives me flexibility. She's, she hustles, she's hard, she works part of the year as well.
Your wife is in law as well?
No, she's entertainment, she's a dancer.
Oh, okay, nice. Let's plug that in there. We're gonna get the wife in there.
So, and then also in the office, right? I have a huge team. So, I mean, I don't mind the grind. I enjoy it. I typically wake up early, try to go to the gym before work. Maybe I'll catch a little nap on the train ride into the city. Usually, maybe go out after work for events. It's a long day, but I enjoy it. I kind of go hard for a few weeks, and you relax for a little bit. You go hard for a month, relax a little bit. But that's, I don't really know any other way.
So were you born and raised in New York City?
No, I was in the suburbs. Close enough. We always came growing up into the city, and our parents would take us to
Jersey
shows. Long Island. Actually, I'm from Long Island. I live in Jersey now, so I'm an oxymoron. There aren't too many Long Island guys that live in Jersey. But we were in the city for a while. We were in the city up until we had our 3rd kid. So we bought and sold and had our 3 kids, 4 kids in the city. The city's amazing, but for us, we found, the more kids you have, the less flexible. The city's all about convenience, so it became a little less convenient for us. And also, I'm from the suburbs. I love the city. We love the city, but you're kind of used to what you grew up with.
Especially space. I'm one for space. Listen, I grew up in the city, but if I can escape the city into the suburbs for the space, bang for buck. That's what I'm going for.
You just have to get over the commute, but that's
I lived in Jersey for like 3 years, Elizabeth and part of West Orange. But I didn't find the commute as bad as in the city. So
it's funny, people, all the cliches, cliches for a reason, but it's kind of alone time, right? You're not at the office, you're not at home. You kind of zone off, you can read, you can take a nap. So it's, listen, if it's a beautiful summer day and you're heading home, you want to be home already, you don't want to deal with an hour commute. But, it's a
give and take.
Exactly.
It's a give and take. So, I know coming into real estate law, coming into law in general, wasn't the easiest. What was one of the hurdles that stands out to you the most that you almost gave up on, but you were like, no, I got to keep going? Was there a hurdle in there?
There's plenty. It's just, I think, the competitive nature, right? I mean, you see it on your end, on my end. The competition's fierce. And there's vacations over, even the super affluent are here working.
Agreed.
So we're meeting with people, and we're setting up meetings, and we're speaking with the brokers, working on the deals, and dealing with rejection is real, right? So there's a lot of rejection, but it's also the beauty of our city is it's huge. There's so many people, so many things going on, so you just have to keep at it. You can't get deflated. So that just the competition, knowing that, listen, I used to be the young guy, the young attorney that was building business. Now relatively young, but certainly there's other people that are coming after the same thing I'm going after.
Dude, there's people probably out there with the amount of experience that I have just in years in the game. So it's just like, I agree.
So it goes both ways, but it's also, the good part is if you work hard, put your head down, things happen. Right. So it's not as if you're going to, put in the work, and the results will come eventually. And it's accumulation. It takes time, and
building that network.
Sometimes not even thinking about it, just working hard for a few months, a year, 2 years at a time. And,
wake up and you see wow, holy crap, I made it this far.
Exactly.
Nice. Now, how long have you been in law?
15 years, give or take.
Oh, jeez. All right. So you definitely have some time in the game.
Right.
Some skin in there for sure. So what advice would you give to a young lawyer coming up? I guess, maybe contemplating real estate or contemplating law in general. Like what would be one big piece of advice that you can give someone?
I think, and this is, you have to realize that going to law school is kind of step one, right? I had the misconception. I graduated law school and the world would be mine. Especially in today's market, especially with what's going on in the world and the whole competitive nature. It's just kind of your ticket to get into the game, and then you have to really, again, show up every day. And things don't happen overnight. Things don't happen overnight, and you get a first job, you know, put your head down for a year, then look up. You know, not after a week, not after a month, and you know, try to get involved with people. You know, even internships, externships, you might not get paid. I did a lot of work where it wasn't paid. Sometimes you get credit through school, which is great. But realize that results aren't happening overnight, and you know, if you could take advantage of your time while you're in law school to, you know, kind of build a resume, so you have a little bit of a head start, but understand, you know, that when you're first starting a job, you know, they're teaching you. You know, we all know college, law school, grad school, they don't prepare you, you know, for the day-to-day business world. They give you skills, certainly, but those skills don't translate to helping your employer, you know, make money and, you know, establish a business. So it's a process, right? Everything's a process. And anything that, you know, works takes time and, you know, dedication. So there's no, listen, some people hit home runs quickly, but that's, you know, the 1%ers, right?
Yeah.
So
rare in between.
Singles are good, you know, lots of singles and keep going.
And not only that, but building out that network. You know, like those singles will build out your network to that referral base that, you know, you're going to need.
Right, no, have meetings, like set up, you know, we do a lot of meetings, and every meeting doesn't lead to business, but you always get something. If you sit down with somebody for a half hour, you'll get something out of it. You know, even if it's one little piece, or even if it's motivation for the week, even if it's like, oh, this is how I set up my email, something, you know, as granular as that. You know, be a sponge and be receptive, and you know, don't, you know,
student to the game.
Yeah, don't like look at things. The glass is half full, right? That's what we look for when we're hiring first-year attorneys. You know, law school, more important than law school, more important than your job history is, you know, your personality, your attitude, are you hardworking, you know, are you ready to hustle?
Likeable?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Listen, I know that you got to go. It's a busy week. It's Friday. We're ready to get this weekend going because
the kids.
Yes, and it's been week one, right, of school, so you know it's kind of like that busy transition kind of period. But before you go, I do want you to leave your Instagram handles, your Facebook, because I personally love follow you on Instagram because there's a lot of things that I learned that I didn't know before. So, and you have some really awesome content coming out. So let's drop your, you know, Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram's just my name at Andrew Luftig, and then Facebook, same thing. Andrew Luftig.
Yeah, follow him, guys. He gives out a lot of good free information. I know a lot of people may want, you know, some information as to trust and, you know, maybe family things or even real estate. You're gonna get a lot of information out of his Instagram and his Facebook. So follow him for sure. And as usual, Andrew, thank you. I appreciate it. And per usual, guys, we love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you grab some value out of that. And as usual, like, comment, subscribe, share, and tell them that we're the best podcast in the world. We're not just yet, but we're still building. All right, guys, take care.